1. In what document, or part of a document, would a contractor find the allowed reimbursable costs which would be used by the architect with owner's approval to determine an adjustment to the contract sum? General conditions of the contract for construction. 2. If a vendor is in default of any part or whole of the contractual agreement, the vendor should be promptly notified by whom? Project manager. 3. Before calling for final inspection, the building shall not be occupied. 4. According to AIA, contract time is the period of time, including authorized adjustments, allotted in the documents for substantial completion of work. 5. What document is to be used that governs the material to be used and the work performed on a project by a contractor? The specifications. 6. According to AIA 201, a claim for an error or omission by the architect must be made within how many days of the occurrence, or discovery, of the error or omission? 21. 7. When repair or replacement of electrical system or equipment must be performed in an emergency situation, the permit application shall be submitted within the next _ to the Department of Electrical Inspection. Working business day. 8. According to the AIA, how often must the subcontractor furnish to the contractor periodic progress reports on the work? As mutually agreed upon. 9. What is the difference in the maximum fines for the first and repeat offense, for a license number not being displayed in an advertisement? $1,500. 2,500 minus 1,000 is equal to 1,500. 10. If a project is exempt from _ a certificate of occupancy is not required. Permits. 11. For several years, a contractor has maintained a certificate of election to be exempt from workers' compensation. A significant amount of new contracts meant hiring a framing crew. Before the contractor obtained, they require coverage an employee is injured. They are now subject to paying the employee's benefits, loss of license, penalties, misdemeanor charge. 26. Which of the following is a key term of a construction contract? Completion date. 27. A chart in which the direct logic and duration of individual activities are shown is an example of a precedence diagram. 28. A non-operable fenestration unit in a roof designed to direct daylight into a building through a tubular conduit is a tubular daylighting device. 29. Which construction document informs the contractor of the owner's particular preferences or requirements for a specific project? Supplementary conditions. 31. The process of making decisions to minimize the effects that accidental losses may have on an organization is known as risk management. 47. An owner changed the scope of a project and added two false dormers. Which subcontractor is not needed at a meeting to discuss the change? Grade and fill. 48. Which is true regarding a general contractor who is constructing new site development work, including a sanitary sewer collection system and water distribution system, but not including continuation of electric utility lines. The general contractor may do the work himself. 49. What is a notice to owner? Subcontractor and suppliers notifying the owner that labor has been performed and material has been delivered. 50. According to Walker's Building Estimators Reference Book, a masonry wall is to be waterproofed with a single thickness of felt or membrane lapped for, allowing for lap and additional material at the top and bottom. How much must be added to the wall area to estimate the amount of waterproofing material required? 20%. 51. Which of the following is a type of construction contract? Fixed price. 53. All of the following have lien rights under the provisions of the Florida Construction Lien Law except A/N. Owner who owns real property and contracts to have it improved. 54. Who establishes a punch list. Owner or owner's representative. 55. According to Contractor's Manual, which type of release of lien releases all lien rights on a date recited? Release through time certain. 56. According to AIA, who has the authority to write an order for changes in the work performed by a subcontractor? The contractor. 57. The review approval specific to the determination and verification of materials, field measurements, and field construction criteria of shop drawings, product data, samples and similar submittals are the responsibility of the contractor. 58. Flow-down clauses typically pertains to subcontractors. 59. Whose responsibility is it to determine the subsurface conditions of the site if a disclaimer of responsibility by the architect and engineer is on the bid documents? Contractor. 60. The primary reason for a construction schedule is to determine duration. 61. In the event of an initial decision claim under AIA, what should the contractor do when work has begun on a project? Continue contract performance pending final resolution of arbitration. 62. Existing building materials in use which conform to the building code at the time of erection, and still considered safe by the building official can be permitted for use. 63. If the owner fails to maintain agreed upon insurance coverage, the contractor may not have the right to terminate the contract. 64. Provisions of Florida Building Code shall not be applied to which of the following? State licensed facilities. Provisions shall be applied. Change of occupancy. Additions. Alterations. 65. According to Florida Building Code, when should curtain walls be inspected? After the framing. 66. According to AIA 201, all arbitration of legal equitable proceedings are stayed for a period of 60 days while mediation is pending. 60. 67. Which estimates are used as a guide to purchasing materials and awarding subcontracts? Construction bids. 68. Which of the following structured contracts is subject to many variations? Construction management. 69. The task of identifying material lead time is best performed during what phase of the project? Estimating. 70. Which method is used to evaluate if a job is making profit? Revenue, expenses. 71. Unless specified by prior agreement on a notice to proceed, according to AIA 201, a contractor shall not commence work prior to the effective date of required insurance. 72. At predetermined key points in a project, the governing authority must be notified for Inspections. 73. According to Contractor's Manual, the facility construction subgroup specifications are currently divided into 19 divisions. What division is used for wood construction? 6. 74. Which of the following is not true? A municipality or county may request a certified contractor to sit for an examination to operate within the scope of such certification in that jurisdiction. It's true. A building official may make sure the permit applicant is certified or registered when construction takes place. A municipality can regulate the quality of work performed by a contractor. A county or municipality may set up a plan submission procedure required to pull a permit. 75. When beginning site layout activities, what document is usually supplied to the contractor to guide him/her in starting the construction process? Permitted site plan. 76. Given a daycare center with 10 or more children who are 2.5 years or younger, the rooms or spaces in the center that serve the children require a minimum access to how many exits? 2. 77. When releasing progress payments to the subcontractors, what should be collected from them? Partial lien releases. 78. At the close of a project, the architect of record has discovered that the 1/2 drywall has been attached to the wood studs using 1-length screws. What should the contractor do? Direct the subcontractor to immediately correct the deficiency and withhold payment. 79. The owner failed to notify the contractor in writing that he did not obtain all risk insurance. The materials stored on site are damaged by vandalism. According to AIA, who bears all reasonable costs properly attributed to the loss? Owner. 80. What is the completion time limit of an oral contract? 365 days. 81. Which of the following is true? Threshold building plans sealed by an engineer must state that, to the best of the engineer's knowledge, they meet fire safety standards. 82. A warning to the property owner about his need to secure a release of lien from the person sending the notice before making payment is known as a notice to owner. 83. Which of the following requires a permit? Electrical service to playground equipment. 84. What type of cost is the superintendent's salary? Job overhead. 85. What can you do when your subcontractor fails to carry out work in accordance with the subcontract documents? Provide written notice to your subcontractor stating 10-day period after notice of correction. 86. A liquidated damage claim is not enforceable in a contract if the amount per day is more than the owner's actual damage. 87. A contractor borrows $10,000 on April 1 at 9% compound interest. Knowing that there are 30 days in April, what dollar amount is used to compute interest for the month of May? $10,073.97. $10,000 x 9% divided by 365 x 30. 88. Building inspection shall be made by the building official when required and shall include building, electrical, plumbing, mechanical, and gas. 89. When should the contractor request an inspection by the architect on the AIA contract? When determining substantial completion.